Hi, I'm Chef Sherry Ronning, and I'm here with cooking segment number 17. I can't believe this is number 17 in the Healthy Griddle cooking series that I've been doing since January 5th. There's been a lot of recipes that I've done, so if you've missed any, make sure to go back and check them out because I've made some really awesome healthy griddle recipes. Today we are going to do a cloud egg. I don't know if you've ever heard of a cloud egg before, but this is a unique recipe. This is one of those recipes that it's like you just gotta see if you can make it, kind of a recipe that it's unique and it's different tasting, but it's like, oh, can I actually make something that's unique like this? This is in my cookbook, Recipes for the Blackstone Griddle. If you do have my cookbook, you can follow along. It's on page 15. So this is what it looks like. This is a full color photo that I have in the cookbook and it's kind of cool. It's like, if you guys think it's kind of cool, put it in the comments, tell me what you think. And it's just another recipe in the fried egg category, but it's completely different than the egg patties or the regular fried egg or the scrambled egg. It's amazing that that these little creatures here, an egg, can turn into so many different unique recipes. And so I'm going to show you how to do it. It's super easy. All we're going to use is eggs. I have just some seasoning, just some salt and pepper, and then I'm going to use just a little bit of this grated Parmesan in it just to give it a little bit of a kick, another dimension of flavor to it. And then I'm going to use a little hand blender, just like this. So if you have a hand mixer you can use, even a stand mixer with a whip attachment you can use. So it's pretty simple, pretty easy ingredients in it. Actually, just 1, 2, 3 different ingredients in it. And I am going to be using parchment paper, but I might experiment to see if I did this recipe out on the outside gas griddle, and I use the parchment paper, but I'm gonna see if I can do it directly on the the electric porcelain top here. So we'll see how it turns out. So if you're here with me, and put in the comments where you're coming from. I know I've had several during this series, different people. We've had local Manistee people, we've had Wyoming, Indiana, Illinois, Florida, Alabama, all over. So I want to know where you guys are watching me from. Just put that in the comments. And as I'm cooking, if you have any questions or anything, just put that in the comments also. I like to see, I like you guys to talk to me a little bit. If you're coming from Facebook, because I am streaming this from YouTube, and I'm also streaming into my Facebook groups, the different ones. So just put your name and then a comment so that I can see on here while I'm cooking and stuff. So let's see. I guess let's get started. I don't have any comments, and I'm using today the electric Blackstone Griddle, the 17-inch. Today I am using the lid, but I may use the dome lid. When I did this outside, I used the dome lid, so I'm going to see if it'll work with just this lid and kind of see the difference in the two for as far as cooking with. It's in Michigan here. It's cold. It is, what are we at? We're about 22 degrees, so about the same that we were yesterday when I was on. Lots of snow. You can see there's still snow out there on the roof. And it's cold out there. I want to stay inside. That's why I got the electric griddle to cook. And I have the outside, I have the Blackstone 36 gas griddle. And then I also have the 22-inch gas griddle Blackstone that I have out there, but it's too cold to cook, so we're gonna stay inside where it's nice and cozy warm and make our eggs in here. So let's get started. I have the temperature set at 300. So with this griddle, you can actually do the dial and set it to the temperature that you want. It is low. I'm going to experiment because when you use the outside one, I had it on low and I did not use the wind guards. That was one thing that I do have in the instructions here. But you know, low temperature. When you're cooking this, you're just low and slow, and it's not like a quick fry thing. It's and we may adjust the temperature. We're just going to experiment in here because I have not made it on the electric griddle yet. So you know, let's go for it. We're going to start by, I'm going to use an egg, and I'm going to separate the egg. So you can use the farm fresh eggs, you can use a store-bought, either one is fine. You're going to separate the yolks from the white. I'm going to put the white in here because I'm going to whip that up, and then I'm going to put the yolk in there. And if you've ever done, this is how I do it. I'm going to show you how I do it. Crack it. I'm going to, oops, and actually I did that wrong. So I've got 2 containers here I'm going to use. Let's go like that. You're going to separate. I just keep on going back and forth in to the shell until I get it separated, the white, so that's all the yolk. I'm going to put the yolk in that one there. And I'm going to make sure to rinse your hand. I have a sink of soapy hot water that I am rinsing my hand with. I should have poured it in here, but I'm just going to pour the egg white into the container here. I have my egg yolk. I'm going to just set here, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to use this and whip it up. And you're just it's basically gonna be like you would do a meringue. You want it fluffy, but don't overbeat it, because if you overbeat it, it will fall. So it'll rise and then it'll fall. So you just want it to the point where it gets nice and fluffy, and then stop doing it. Let's see here. And all I'm doing is just, you can see it turn from like the clear liquid to white. And there you go. You see it go to like all white. You see it changing colors. It'll change the color. And it's frothy at this point, but it's not like fluffy. It's not like a meringue. Yeah, it's starting to get there. You want it like a whipped cream consistency. And you want like a stiff peak. It's probably pretty close there. I'm just going to do just a little bit more. And that's pretty good. So that is the consistency of it. Like that. It is a stiff peak. So it's not runny at all, and it's not coming out. That's what the consistency that you want this. All right. So we're all set. I'm going to use the egg white and then the yolk there. I'm just going to open this. I have the lid on there to kind of preheat it to keep it in there. We're going to put the parchment. I have just a sheet of parchment paper that I'm going to put down, but I'm also going to experiment doing it the other way too. I'm going to do a couple of these. Actually, I am going to use my spatula here. And I'm just going to just put the dollop like that. And this is what it's like. So meringue, it's fluffy like meringue would be. Just going to try to get it all out of there as much as I can. And basically, you're going to, I have it in the middle here because I know that that's kind of where the warmest part is. I am going to create like a nest, like an egg nest. So like I'm going to put a hole in the middle of it, and I'm actually going to use this because it is pretty warm. So I'm going to try to spread it out a little bit, but I'm going to, in this, you may want to do like off of the griddle, do it on the side here, put it, and then, because it's on the paper, so you can easily just set it in there like that. And I'm just creating the hole where the nest, the egg is going to sit. And that looks pretty good right there. Make sure to wipe my hands here. I am going to season with my salt and pepper because I like just a little bit of seasoning on it. Just a little bit there. And then I'm going to add some of this. This is what gives it some good flavor, is just a little bit of Parmesan cheese mixed in there like that. There you go. All right, and normally I want to try this with putting the egg in now. Normally I put the lid, I think the instructions say to put the lid, cook it just a little bit, and then put this in it. But I'm going to see what it's going to be like if I put the egg in now, and to see how cooked it will get. So we're going to, let's see the timer here. We're at 12 and a half minutes. And I'm just going to let this cook until it'll should get like golden brown, should get like, you'll see a difference in the way it's cooked, and you'll see that the egg yolk itself will cook a little bit. So just basically just let it do its thing. I'm actually going to do another one. I want to try to do just a couple, and this one's on the parchment paper, but I'm going to try to do one just directly on the griddle, just to experiment. This is a time for me to experiment and see what works, what doesn't. It might stick to the bottom, but you never know. We'll see. I might have to use a little bit of the cooking spray on it, but we'll give it a try. So I'm going to basically do the same thing. I'm going to separate my egg whites from the yolk. And this, everybody uses a different method. I know some people will use their finger. Let's do the finger method, where you just put it in and then just let it kind of squeeze between your fingers. You can do it that way. Yep, just like that. The yolk is separated from the white. Put the yolk there. You're trying not to break. The objective is not to break the yolk itself. Wash my hands. Oh, I'm gonna get my garbage out here. Put that in the garbage. And I am going to set that there so I don't forget it. Looks like it's doing pretty good. I am going to put the egg white in there. And then we're just going to whip this up just like this. You'll see it'll change the colors. I don't know if I can get. It'll go from that clear to white and then like fluffy, like from a liquidy white to a fluffy, stiff white. And that I can tell is like a soft peak, and I want to get it to a stiff peak. Okay, perfect. Perfect, that's exactly what we want. So there's the stiff peak. Okay. I am going to look at this. It looks like it's, and I don't want to keep on, this has the clear lid so I can see what's going on with it. If I was using the dome lid, you would lift it up, but you would want to keep the heat in there. You wouldn't want to go like this and flip it up and then look at it, and then, because basically this is creating an oven effect around the egg, and you want to keep the heat in there. And that's why with this, I want to keep, I don't want to open it, look at it, open it, you shut it. I can see kind of what it's doing, and I can see it's cooking a little bit, but it is on low. Remember, we're doing this at low, 300 degrees. And it's going to take just a little bit, and you want to get it cooked. You want to get it so it's not raw. You don't want to be cooking a raw egg, but it's just, you got to kind of let it do its thing, and it may take a little bit more time. What do I have here? I think it said 2 minutes covered, 2 minutes uncovered, and we are at 12, 13, 14. We're about at the 4-minute mark. But I'm just going to let it go just a little bit longer. I can see that it needs, I can't really see the bottom, but it doesn't look like the bottom is getting like burnt, or it may be like golden brown, but it's not like getting real done. And I don't want to open the lid and look at it. The glass lid, you can kind of see what's going on with it. Because if you open it up, it's going to release all that heat, and then kind of you're starting over and I don't want to do that. I want to let it cook, do its thing. And I can see like the egg yolk is not quite cooked where I want it to be. And it may be like a more of a sunny side up egg, but it looks good. It looks really good. Do you guys have any questions, or where are you guys from? Are you guys Lions fans? Are you guys going to watch the Lions games today? That's what we're planning on this afternoon. Is we're watching in a couple, what is it, hour and a half. We're going to be watching the Lions game, and we wish them luck. But you know, this is a good like breakfast brunch. This is a really good recipe to do with, like, if you have kids. My great nephews would love to do this kind of a recipe and like to try it, because it's just something different. It's, you know, something that they're not used to having, and it's cool. It's like really cool looking, and it looks like a cloud, but it looks like an egg's nest, and it looks like a fluffy little cloud. It looks cool. It looks really cool. And if I were doing it like this, you know, I could easily do a couple of them in here at a time, you know, do the parchment paper, get it ready, and then just slide it on here. The next one, though, I want to try directly on the griddle. So I'm not going to prepare it and get it. Normally I would maybe try to do one and sneak it in there, but I want to just try to cook it on the griddle and just see how it does. And I think I'm going to use a little bit for the next one. I'm going to use a little bit of cooking spray, but I'm actually going to spray it and then just kind of gently wipe it off so that it's there, but it's not like the egg isn't going to soak in it, because I don't want the egg to break down. So what are we at? 20, we're at about 7.5 minutes now. I'm just gonna maybe peek at it, just like. It's firm. But you know what? I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm not. It looks really good, but when you eat a cloud egg, it's a different tasting kind of egg too. It you know, is not like a fried egg where it's, you know, I mean, each type of egg has its own texture when you're eating it, and this definitely has a different texture to it. It's like, should I pull it? Shouldn't I? I don't want to pull it too soon because I want to let it, you know, do its thing. And I'm wondering if maybe if I should turn the temperature up just a touch. I'm thinking maybe, I hate messing with the temperature though when I'm in the middle of something. I think I'm just going to move this aside and do this other one on this side, and I'm going to let this cook just a little bit longer. You could feel it's got it, and I'm actually going to turn it up maybe. I'm going to turn it up to 350. We're going to see how that does, if that helps a little bit. So a little bit of spray here. I'm just going to wipe it so it's on there, but it's not really, let's see. So that the egg white is not swimming in it. And maybe this is what it needs, is maybe to be directly on here. I don't know. It might not work at all. We'll see. We'll see how it does. It seems like I might have done this directly on the griddle out there, but it's a different griddle. It's a different top. Here we go. I'm going to make the little nest. There we go. The hole, I'm going to put the egg in the middle, the yolk right in the middle there. Oops, I forgot to season it. We're just going to season the whole thing. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and this too you can add your own, you know, if you want your own uniqueness to it. Ooh, that's got it. That's actually got, so we're going to start, what time we're at? We're about at 24, just a little bit, 24 minutes. And I'm going to see like the difference. This still looks like it can cook a little bit more. And maybe the difference maybe too of using the dome lid might be better for it versus the lid here. You know, there's so many different variables in it. But it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. All right, I'm just gonna let this cook, let this do its thing. My recipe for the Blackstone Griddle cookbook I do have on my website, or you can go on from michigantothetable.com and you can buy this. There's a shop tab. You can go on mygriddlesecrets.com and I have this on there. I have a digital version. I have a the printed spiral bound copy, the version of it. I also have a course, a griddle course that is called My Griddle Secrets, and it's a membership that you can join, and I will teach you all about the flat top griddle, about cooking on it, about how to set it up, how to season it, what utensils you need, different recipes that you can start cooking on with it. You know, there's all different kinds of stuff that you can go and look at that, and I encourage you to cook more on the flat top griddle. And if you need help, call or message me, send me a message. You know, I'm here for you guys to ask questions to. That's why I'm doing these lives and why I have the YouTube videos where you guys can ask me different questions and pick my brain about stuff. I have a feeling that this one here is going to get done quicker than that, with it being directly on the griddle. I can see more of the golden brownness of the egg on the bottom. And to me, it actually looks like this is taking less time than that to cook. Okay, I got a thumbs up. Thank you. Not sure who gave me the thumbs up. I don't know if that was from YouTube or Facebook. I appreciate that. And I don't know if you could see. It's kind of hard to see with the griddle, with it cooking. I have the one here that's directly on the griddle. This one's on a sheet of parchment paper there. And we are letting it cook. Okay, so do you guys have any recipes that you would like me to make? Any tips or tricks or something that you would like to pick my brain about? If you do, put it in the comments, send me a direct message. I'd be more than happy to do a video about it, or figure out a recipe for you. Let's see. What else are we gonna talk about? You guys, everybody's so quiet. It's Sunday. It's about 1:30. Is everybody still in bed? Are you guys still all sleeping? Were you out late last night? No? All right, I'm going to check this. And this, you know, this is stiff. I'm going to look at the bottom. Ooh, and it's nice and golden brown on the bottom. I think I'm going to pull that, because that is done like that. I'm going to test this. So this has been on for a little bit, but it's coming off the parchment paper pretty easy. And this is also golden brown, but I would say that this one that was directly on the griddle, I'm going to shut this off. Actually, hold it down so you hear and that completely shuts it off. Put my hands here. Those actually turned out really, really good. So it is firm. You can see that it's cooked, it's firmed, it's not like soft when we put it on there. The egg white around here is actually, it's white, so it's not that clear, so it's the whites are cooked. We have golden brown color. There's that. I think you can see that. And this one here, It's got golden brown color. I don't want to tip it over and break the egg. And there you go. There is cloud eggs. So if you guys make this, put in the comments, show me pictures how it turned out. And I will see you tomorrow with another cooking segment. And have a great weekend and go Lions.